Recording started
There we
live.
are. Live,
Hello.
sort of.
Hello.
I have an announcement that I was going to make
Okay.
2 weeks ago, but life happened. We didn't have 2 weeks worth of shows, but welcome
Darn.
back. No,
That's right.
it's not like we get paid, Jay.
Got a vacation.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
I quit my job.
Hallelujah. Long
So
time
2 weeks
coming.
ago, I said, "Oh, I might have a surprise." I gave me 2 weeks notice 2 weeks ago. So tomorrow is my last day at the library.
Are they going to have a big party?
I'm lucky they didn't kick me out the door. Like when I gave notice, I'm lucky they weren't just like, "Okay, bye. Take your check and leave."
Yeah.
Well, I had kind of an altercation the day before I gave notice with the library director.
Ooh.
So that didn't go well. But, it's all good. I'm leaving.
You look a lot
Good.
happier.
You know what, Jay? I want to say this. Okay. For months, I don't even know for how long. Probably years. I don't know. But I haven't been sleeping well, right? I get like broken sleep every night and, I'm tired all the time and, that sort of thing. But for the past, I would say the past 4 days, 5 days, I've been having dreams. Like Technicolor, full plot. Remember, I can remember everything that happened in the dream. Dreams.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Huh.
So apparently I'm getting sleep.
You should quit your job more often.
Like actual sleep. Yeah, I should quit my job more often. So it's really surreal though. I mean, it's surreal. I have worked there for 21 years. And so, I have like this feeling of, it's 21 years of my life down the drain kind of thing, right?
But it's not 22.
Yes, it's not 22. And then I have to think like all that
Sunk
experience
costs
that
are
I
sunk.
gained. Yeah. And as Alan says, sunk cost fallacies, right?
Yep.
Sunk cost is sunk. It's just keep moving forward.
That's
And
right.
that's what I plan on doing. Yeah.
You need to go in April 14th and ask for the tax forms. I'm just saying. Ask if you can print the tax forms.
Oh, Lord. Like I should go in and say, find some sort of obscure tax form and make them find it for me.
I need a 1583C.
Yeah.
Just make one up and
Oh no, someone's hungry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else is sleeping good too.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the news. And I don't have another job lined up, which is fine for now. I'm going to take a break. Mike insists that I take
Excellent.
a break because
Good for him.
Mike is a wise fellow.
yeah. And yeah, at least to get over the library trauma. I know I don't want to work more. I know I don't want to do customer service of any sort. I would prefer to have a remote job working from home or working from a coffee shop or something. So we'll see.
Something not dealing with the public.
Yes, I've done my time. I think. I think I've broken up fights between old men fighting over the newspaper. I have had people pass out and piss all over themselves at the computers. I had to. I mean, come on. Right?
You could be a bouncer.
You know what you need to do?
I could.
You need to take a couple of months. Take a couple of months and write your library memoirs.
Oh my God.
There you go. Yeah. Tales from the Library.
Yep.
Yeah.
And spell it that way. Library.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Liebberry.
Yeah.
Library.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tales from the porn hobo and other stories. Tales from the Library.
Oh my
It'll be a bestseller.
Porn Hobo. I forgot about him. Oh my
Porn
God,
Hobo.
Jay.
Yes.
Yes. And
How could you
Snot
forget
Man
Porn Hobo?
and
Come
Poop
on.
Lady. I have not seen
Yes.
Poop Lady, so
And the Hard of Hearing Man. I mean, people would love these characters.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Rest in peace, Hard of Hearing Man.
That was one of the things I'm like, after I found out that he had gone and he had died, that he was just the best. I loved that guy.
I love
kinda
these stories.
I loved him. And I just, after I had found out that he had died, like I kind of felt like there's not much left here for me anymore. Like
Hard of Hearing Man was the only reason for going in.
Part of Hearing is gone, and yeah. So we'll see. Yeah.
Excellent.
I got a note from one of my staff. I really felt like nobody gave a shit kind of thing, but I must have been a good boss to the people I was managing, because I got presents from some of my staff, and I got a card that made me cry. So,
Aw.
yeah.
It was just cut up onions, but
Yeah. But it was, it's something. I got paid shit and had shit hours and got treated like shit most of the time. But, at least my staff liked me.
Sometimes saw actual feces.
Yeah, children's department, man. They had a little playhouse, like a little plastic playhouse, and for some reason, kids always thought that was like a toilet, like a outhouse type deal, and they go in there and they pull down their little diaper and go to town.
Yep.
Time to go.
Why you
here's
never
the
go in
thing.
the ball pit at McDonald's?
I can't. One of the things that phone is blown up. One of the things that kind of like hammered home that, yeah, Breda, it's time to go. I was sitting at the reference desk and my manager was there, and there was this guy on a computer, and he was kind of like an older gentleman, which they seem to be the problematic ones now, because they don't have cell phones, they don't have smartphones. So I looked over and I was like looking at him like, is that guy? And so I said to my manager, I was like, is that old guy who always looks at horse porn? And we have a patron. He's an older man. And he doesn't watch normal porn. He watches animals going at it, right?
Wow.
And in that moment, and she was like, I don't know, I think that might be him. And it was just we had the conversation as if it was like a completely normal conversation you'd have with people.
Right.
In that moment, I said to myself, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to have that thought in my head anymore, that there's old men that come to the library and watch horses fucking. I'm done. This is it for me. It's
you can watch that on your own time.
What other profession, that has to deal with that sort of thing? I don't know. Policemen, right? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. I guess being a cop is probably worse than being a librarian, as far as dealing with people at their worst.
Yeah.
Only a handful of people have tried to stab you, right?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
There was that one guy that came in with a gun looking for me.
They do get paid more, though.
That was exciting.
Came in looking for you? Yikes.
Yes. With a gun.
Not have ended well.
Flashed his gun, and he was asking for me.
Was he asking for you, or was he asking for Brenda? I hear she's rude.
No, he was asking specifically for me. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I had to make a police report and everything for that one. So turned out he was a
Did you
cop
find
from
out?
Michigan.
Why was he looking for you?
Thought I was cute. I don't know. This is back when I was cute.
What do you mean back when?
Back when, like 10, 15 years
10 minutes ago?
when I was cute. Yeah.
Oh, please.
Anyway, so yeah, it turned out he was a cop from Michigan, and he came in like trying to like be the big man with his gun, and he flashed his gun at my coworker, and he's asking for me, and it freaked her the fuck out, and it freaked me the fuck out, and freaked
Yeah,
Mike
no
the fuck
kidding.
out, and I had to go to the police station like at 10 o'clock at night and make a police report. And turns out he was a cop from Michigan in town for like training or something, and as soon as his his superior officer found out, he was told to go back home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, yeah, I have tons of stories.
I'm telling you, write your library memoirs. It'd be great reading.
Telling you. Porn hobo
Would
and
be
other
sad.
characters.
Other sordid tales from the library.
That's right.
Be
like a modern Canterbury Tales.
Yeah.
very
There you
well
go.
could be. That's
There
right.
you go.
Very similar. Yeah.
Like a little cross section of
Throw in a Smalley Foolie and you'll be fine.
you can already see the cover art. There's just tax forms and printers everywhere.
Oh, it can be done in the style of Marginalia too. With weird animals and butt trumpets.
Because we don't have enough butt trumpets.
That's probably what's wrong with society these days. Is there's just not enough damn butt trumpets everywhere.
And too many people talking out their butts.
Yeah.
Just today, one of my staff came back. She's like, "You're gonna be extra glad you're leaving when I tell you this." And I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "The delivery man who delivers the books that the interlibrary loan books, he's having a fight with the policeman in the back." What? He's fighting with the policeman. And he's saying, "Oh, you can't arrest me for that." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm leaving tomorrow. Don't tell me more. I don't want to know."
Wow.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
No, not anymore. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's always crazy at the library. Yes.
I would like to point out
Yes.
that ironically enough, in this time of 2022, it is today, as we're recording this, the 27th of January. It is Holocaust Memorial Day.
Yes.
And
never again.
In certain Holocaust museums, you have to show your papers to get in.
And that's what I was thinking about that today, and I was thinking, holy crap, you can say never again, but unless you mean it, it's just bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that was Illinois, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I mean,
my apologies for stepping on your lead, Alan.
No, that's fine. No, it's absolutely fine. You look at Australia, you look at what Quebec is doing, for God's sakes, and the rest of Canada and what some states in the U.S. are doing. It's
Well, you know what's interesting? New York. I know New York City. I know Boston, and a handful of other cities and states have required that in order to go to a restaurant or a sporting venue or whatever, you have to show your vaccination card.
Right.
Yeah.
You also have to show ID to prove that it's your vaccination card. And yet at the same time, we're hearing Republicans block the Voting Rights Act. The one that says you don't have to show ID because it's racist. Because in liberal land, those poor, dark people are too stupid to get identification.
Yeah.
Right.
Except,
by that logic, they'd be too stupid to get the vaccine too, right?
Now you're saying they can't go into they're not allowed in restaurants. How positively Southern of you.
That's right.
Those people that you have already told us are stymied by the need for ID. Oh, I don't know what to do. I can't vote. I'm being disenfranchised. Now they can't go into restaurants or sporting events or any of those things. But that's okay. Because COVID.
Hey, Jay.
Yes?
Take off your shirt.
But
Breda.
Your mic's rubbing on your zipper.
Your mic is rubbing on your zipper.
I was like,
Tuck in your
my
collar or
goodness.
something.
my goodness.
He got excited there
It's
for a
not that kind of
second.
show.
I was just wondering. I mean, after the horse porn, who knows? It's a seahorse, but
It's like, what is she talking about?
why? I'm just gonna.
Alan knew what I was talking about.
Yep.
Oh goodness! So yeah, it just the whole concept has been thrown on its ear, because we've spent certainly 2020, and anytime voter ID comes up, we hear that disenfranchises the minority community because they don't know how to get IDs. Forgetting, of course, that I would wager the number of people that don't actually have an ID is infinitesimally small because you need an ID for literally everything.
We're getting a
today.
library card.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have a driver's license, you can get a state ID.
Sure.
In any state in the union.
Even if you're here illegally, you can get
Sure.
one. Right. There's literally no reason not to be able to show a form of ID to prove who you are. And it's perfectly acceptable. I'm sorry?
Did you see the thing where they're allowing illegal immigrants coming over to use arrest warrants or something as IDs?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I think it was either arrest warrants or something like deportation papers.
Something.
Like, what?
Yeah. What?
That was
Oh
the
my
TSA.
God.
I think they walked back.
It was the TSA.
I think they walked back on that because they got so much flack over it.
think?
But yeah, they were allowing illegal aliens to fly using their arrest arrest warrant as their ID. But I mean, if you look at it from the TSA's point of view, it does make sort of a little bit of sense because they just want to prove who you are. They don't really care.
You're someone with a bunch of warrants out for you. I mean, why shouldn't you get on a plane?
Sure, why not?
You don't have any. You don't have the explosives in your sneakers or your underpants. You're perfectly fine.
They let people on the terrorist watch list into the country all the time. Come on in.
It's wide open. Yes, COVID numbers are up, but let's bring a whole bunch of people completely unvetted.
And then fly them at midnight into other cities
under cover of darkness all around the country without telling anybody.
Yeah.
But the Sturgis motorcycle rally is a super spreader event.
Well, that's just because you went.
I didn't actually go during the rally.
Yeah, but still, you were there. You left it there behind like a little time bomb.
Little COVID bomb. Yes.
Oh man. Yeah. So I just think it's, I mean, it actually made me sad that it's, Holocaust Remembrance Day, never forget, never again. And we have so forgotten and we're in the process of doing it again.
Oh, absolutely.
It's only been what, 60, 70 years. And, it's like, here we go again. The massive othering, the identity papers for everything, I mean, what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the fact that, if you're unvaccinated, they can refuse you treatment in the hospital.
Yeah.
They can refuse you a heart transplant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For being unvaccinated against a disease with a 0.003% death rate.
So
they'll give a chronic alcoholic celebrity his third liver, but hey, you're unvaccinated. Sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that more than anything, I think, proves it's not about taking care of people's health. I mean,
yeah.
Wasn't it the whole thing? Oh, if it saves one life. Okay, there's one life. Okay, he's not vaccinated, but it's one life, right? It's disgusting. These people are monsters.
Yes, they are.
Monsters. Well, what do we have?
And then there was nurses on Twitter making fun of the guy for not getting vaccinated. oh, well, we don't want
Oh,
to
yeah.
give, perfectly good organs to dummies. Mind you, dummies was spelled incorrectly. However, like, you're a fucking monster. You should not
Right.
enjoy hell.
Absolutely.
That's all I
Yeah.
have to say. Enjoy hell. Because that's where you're going.
Yeah. But and it's even worse for our generation who lived through the 80s and
Yeah.
watched the whole
Oh.
AIDS epidemic, and people
Yeah.
who brought up the valid point that it's very lifestyle related.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People who contracted AIDS were engaging in risky behavior. You were worse than Hitler for bringing that up.
Yeah. And you know who was in charge of that fiasco?
Ouchie.
Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
The man who brought us the myth of heterosexual AIDS.
Getting us kicked off of YouTube. It's Ellen.
That's right.
No, but it's like, and Coulter says, for liberals, history began yesterday.
Yeah.
10
That never
minutes
happened.
ago.
That
Yeah.
never happened. We didn't have this massive demonstrations over people who were refused medical care because they had a blood-borne virus that could kill you. Now,
Right.
that's wrong. Okay, we've established the liberals established that it's wrong to deny someone medical care just because they have AIDS. But you're not
only
vaccinated?
that,
Fuck you. You can die.
not only that, they specifically passed a law that made it illegal for employers to discriminate or even ask if somebody had a medical condition that was specifically aimed at the AIDS thing. Which they are also blatantly violating in every possible way today.
Yeah.
Just a generation later.
I mean, okay. So, but there has been no speaking to the whole connection between COVID and being overweight.
Oh no, you can't talk about that.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
You can't tell people to get healthy and lose weight. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's fat shaming.
Yeah.
See, we should have fat swimsuit models because
but
it's
they're probably allowed, whatever. It's just the whole thing is crazy. And
yeah,
the species has
I'm waiting for the pendulum to swing back, but
it will.
Slow pendulum.
Yeah,
it will. Slow.
And unfortunately, I think it's going to swing back in a very unpredictable and unlikable way.
Oh yeah,
because it's going to be like Taliban levels.
Yep.
Of strict and just that's going to be the overcorrection, and that scares me.
It always overcorrects.
Yeah. Give me an example, Jay.
Like well, you're not allowed out of the house. Oh, guess what? Women aren't allowed out of the house. Period. That it's going to be there will be no discussion of anything that's not approved. That just.
Oh, I thought you meant like it'll swing back and be like really conservative, hardcore,
freedom oriented. No. Nobody wants people to have.
Nobody wants freedom. Nobody in charge wants us to be free. Don't be crazy, Breda.
They want to impose their own form of control, and that's
they want you to own nothing and be happy.
Right. The whole woke thing is going to swing back. The fact that we have to accept every lifestyle, no matter how ludicrous. Your horse porn dude is openly celebrated because he's not bound by traditional mores. Look, he celebrates the animal sexuality. Isn't that wonderful? Well, it's going to be, oh no, he's thrown off a building. Oh, you were caught exposing yourself? Well, you're thrown off a building.
Well,
you know why they
eventually it's going to be hard to walk.
Put me in charge.
Jay, do you know why they throw them off buildings?
Because gravity's not just a good idea; it's the law.
No, because they don't have helicopters.
Oh,
that's right. That's right. The old Pinochet.
So do you think maybe they have brought about their own Handmaid's Tale in a way?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we'll see in a few years what the vaccine does to the reproductive
Yeah, if
systems
the
of
vaccine
women.
is affecting people's reproduction.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that an extinction event would be a bad thing. I'm just
No.
leaving that there.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm too old to care.
I'm still pissed off that it wasn't a zombie apocalypse.
That's right. I was promised a zombie apocalypse.
We got all the tyranny, all the downside, and none of the fun.
It's always about zombies.
We didn't get to shoot zombie Bill Murray in the White House. I mean, come on.
That's come on.
You know what? I was pissed at Game of Thrones when Game of Thrones was about zombies. I was pissed off. I was like, oh my God, zombies again? Really? Sorry if I'm giving spoilers to anybody, but zombies.
At this point,
it's either zombies or gay people. I mean, that's your pick in TV these days. It's either gay or zombie. That's all you have. They haven't done that yet, as far as I know, but it's coming.
Yeah.
I had something to say and I forgot.
Sorry.
I forgot. I'm like, oh damn it, I forgot. I should start writing stuff down. I'll make little notes.
It's the story of our lives, Jay.
Yeah.
We get older and forget more.
I think it's a defense mechanism. I really do.
It's a lot of stuff I wish you could do. I wish you could edit memories. That'd be so nice to be able to selectively forget things.
Yep. I could sure as hell delete the fucking Brady Bunch theme. Let me put it that way.
Endless.
And now you've all got
endless hours of horrible 70s TV shows that sit in my brain that could go away and I'd be happy.
Alan, come and knock on our door.
Oh,
I was watching The Love Boat the other day. I don't know. It's so weird.
It's
very nostalgic.
Blast from the past.
You start watching it, you're like, it's always been this bad? And I just,
yeah.
Oh my God.
I was
As
showing
a kid,
my
it was like the
some
most glamorous show I could imagine. Like, ooh, you're on a
Fantasy
cruise.
Island. Ooh.
And yeah.
I was showing my daughter some of
production
those
quality
shows.
wasn't even that good, right?
Oh, God.
No, it was horrible.
The sets
The
were
acting
crappy.
was awful. My daughter was horrified when I showed her. She was like, I can't believe you watched this.
This is what we had. We had four
this was it.
channels. That's all we had.
That was it. Yeah, that was that's a perfect explanation for why competition is good. Because
exactly. We had ABC, NBC, CBS, and one UHF channel.
Oh man,
And that was it.
Yep.
Where you could see movies from 25 years ago once.
Yep. Edited to make room for commercials.
Edited for commercials.
Slot.
Yes.
So they cut out like half of it. Yep.
Oh God. We're all yelling at clouds.
Yes, we are.
All of us are yelling at clouds.
Us and Joe Biden.
Yes, especially Joe Biden. Oh, I
stupid son of a bitch.
Oh God, don't get me started. Yeah,
Joe.
remember how the press was outraged at George W. Bush's comment about Adam Clymer? That's Adam Clymer, New York Times, major league asshole. That was the end of the world. That was the free press being stifled. And oh my God, and how can they happen?
Yeah.
Why is he still the candidate? He should have resigned. Blah, 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 blah. Biden does it, and it's like, oh, look, he's being strong and showing spunk.
If Biden is awake and can utter words, he's exceeded expectations.
Yes.
So everything he comes out with is
and
fantastic.
Well, if anybody's surprised by what Biden said, they haven't been paying attention for the past almost 50 years. He's always been that asshole.
He's
always been an asshole.
He's a bully.
Yep.
And a bully.
You need look no further than the auto worker who confronted him about gun control. When he's standing there surrounded by fucking Secret Service agents with machine guns, and he's like, you and me should step outside.
Yeah.
It's like, in what planet? On what planet would somebody, oh, yes, sure, let me go fight a potential president of the United States. I'm only 50 years younger and a hell of a lot stronger.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no chance that I might cave his fucking skull in. So the Secret Service agents are going to stop me. You know, he knew. Endless video of him touching people's children and sniffing their hair and touching them inappropriately while their parents stand there looking with a smile like, when is this going to be over? Because he knew he could do it. He knew he could get away with it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm more powerful than you.
Right.
Yep.
That has been his MO for 50 years. When everyone's like, well, Joe Biden's he's the more decent candidate. No,
What?
he's a fucking piece of shit. Oh yeah. Look up Joe Biden is more decent candidate against Trump. You know, Trump's an asshole. There's no question about that.
Sure.
You know, but don't pretend that Joe Biden's not the same kind of asshole, because he
Oh,
is.
he's worse.
You know, yeah,
worse.
He's far worse.
because Trump had the opportunity to grope women. We don't know that he actually. I mean, we have 40-year-old stories of I was on an airplane with Donald Trump and he touched me inappropriately. Meanwhile, we have people who went on television to say my daughter was assaulted by Joe Biden, and it's like, oh, these aren't the droids you're looking for.
Sure.
Never happened. Tara Reid, her name just disappeared, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. She's lucky she didn't disappear.
I'm not sure she ever existed.
Brett Kavanaugh he's clearly a rapist. He's a serial rapist.
Mm-hmm.
Because of one unhinged lunatic's undocumented and without no one has backed her up that any of that had ever happened.
Yeah.
Right.
And poof, Brett Kavanaugh's a rapist.
Yep.
I watched a video of Greg Kelly. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a news talking guy. Blah, blah, blah. He's got a really funny Twitter. Like his Twitter, I'm not sure if he's for real or not, but I think he is. Anyway, look him up.
Not Mark Kelly. That's different.
No, Greg Kelly. And am I thinking that right, Greg? Greg Kelly? Jeez, now I have to look it up. But anyway, I saw a video.
Kelly.
Not Jesse Kelly, who I also love. I think it's Greg Kelly. Let me look. Greg Kelly Twitter. Yeah, Greg Kelly. He works for Newsmax, I believe.
Okay.
Anywho, his Twitter is really, anyway. He did a video about Joe Biden. And you know that whispering thing that Joe Biden does all the time?
I'm going to get in trouble. Where he says, I'm going to get in trouble
I don't
for
know.
this.
No, he leans in the microphone and he says something like,
"Oh yeah,
and he's like explaining something, and it's always like he leans in the microphone, he whispers as if he's talking to a child or someone beneath him or someone really stupid. Well, Greg Kelly went back and he looked at all these instances of Joe Biden whispering. You know who he's whispering to? Women.
Brown. Oh, women.
Women. Always women.
Oh, we have we all heard the latest conspiracy?
Oh boy, what?
Which one?
That Biden's going to nominate Harris to take Breyer's place.
I can't see that happening. I mean, that would be funny, but
it would be funny as shit. And
I'm not sure it's even possible, because that would put Harris in the position of casting the deciding vote.
That's the whole thing
for her to be.
Well,
that's possible.
I do find it very interesting that that Ruth Bader Ginsburg was so convinced that Hillary was going to win that she didn't bother stepping down.
Right.
Breyer is like, fuck this shit. I'm out before the midterms, because he knows.
Yep.
He's also pissed off, by the way, because he didn't expect the Biden administration to leak that. It was supposed to stay secret until after the current court term. And be released afterwards, because he didn't want his possible resignation influencing the rest of the court cases they have coming up.
Right.
He wanted to keep it. They weren't supposed to announce it.
I'm a little surprised they announced it this early, because this is something that I would have expected.
I know why. Because Biden's dropping like a rock in the poll numbers. They had to do something to gin up.
It's
a
too
controversy.
soon, though, Alan. This will be
Uh,
long forgotten. I mean, I guess
they'll milk this for months.
you'll get into a long
They'll
protracted battle.
They'll use it for the midterm elections. They'll be like, do you want those Republicans to win? Because they'll vote for
because
whoever.
they're gonna nominate like the worst possible candidate, just some
Sure.
like Stacey Abrams level
Yes.
bad, somebody
Ooh.
that has no
Well,
business,
Yeah.
no business
gonna be-
being on the Supreme Court, just absolutely AOC. That's my guess. They'll nominate AOC.
No, they won't.
She's not brown enough.
No.
She's a
They
woman
want
of
black
color,
woman.
Breda.
No. They want like a black
No.
woman. Luckily, I mean, it would be even better if she was like disabled or gay. They could just check multiple boxes.
Well, everyone wants to have sex with her. Just ask. Oh God!
Talk about an ego, Jesus.
But yeah, and talk about Dr. King spinning in his grave. The only criteria for the Supreme Court justice is that it's a black female. How insulting is that?
I would be insulted.
You are the affirmative action pick.
Well, that's how we got our vice president, though. I mean,
Yep.
You checked boxes.
Yeah. But what are the chances? They need, how many votes do they need? 50?
The majority, 51.
Well, they need a majority, a simple majority.
Right.
Because
I'm thinking Kirsten Cinema. Cinema? Is that how you say it?
Cinema, yes.
I think she's going to give everybody a big.
Her mention. They've shit all over the two of them over the filibuster. They might just be like, how you like me now?
Good luck with yourselves.
They remember Harry Reid and his nuclear option on Supreme Court picks.
Right.
You've got Harry Reid to thank for getting rid of that.
Yep.
So don't everybody forget. Also, don't you remember when the Democrats were saying, "Oh, you can't, it's not fair to pick a new Supreme Court judge right before an election."
Right.
The year where there's an election.
They only meant for one side.
That's not fair.
They don't mean everybody.
Now, what would be interesting is if the pick wasn't that bad, if the Republicans were just like, we accept
Jay, it's going to be awful.
I know it's going to be awful.
It's
going to be awful.
The thing is, they're replacing Breyer. It's still
doesn't matter. It's going to be whoever they pick is going to be worse than Breyer.
Oh, absolutely. But in the verbal and mental jujitsu, if the Republicans were like accepted,
I don't think so.
they'd be like, what?
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
I don't.
Because they're banking on a long, protracted fight.
Yeah,
that's going to fire up the Democratic base in November.
Yeah.
The smart thing to do is to be like, okay, you got this one.
I don't know. I think they'd all get voted out. I think all the Republicans would get voted out because people are sick of the rhinos. They're sick of it. They're like, fight back. Come on.
They don't, I mean, so whoever Biden picks is going to be in, because it doesn't, the Democrats are going to get their 51 votes.
Right.
It's going to happen because Manchin and Sinema are not going to hold up a judicial, the president's Supreme Court justice pick. It's not like, it's not like it matters. It's not like, because they're Democrats.
It matters.
They might use it as an internal bargaining chip to get their own, whatever. But I guarantee you, whoever Biden picks, if he manages it before if Breyer doesn't go, well, screw you, I'm not resigning after all. If they get a pick and they get it before the next year, the next session, they'll get their 51 votes. They'll get approval. It's a shoo-in. And Jay's right. It's Breyer. It's they've already got Breyer, who's
it's
reliably
not Thomas.
Right. It's Breyer. He's reliably liberal, and so they're replacing one reliable liberal with another reliable liberal. So whatever. And I just don't. The Republicans can all vote against it and be safe. that they voted against it, and it'll still go
Or
in.
just the Republicans up for election can vote against it.
Sure, whatever.
And enough vote for it that it passes, and they don't hold it up. And that's the thing. You're going to lose anyway.
Right.
So lose it quickly so it's out of the news. It's no longer an issue.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal. They should, unless the person is just horribly unqualified,
Right.
which is entirely possible.
Exactly. Again, a wise man once said, never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up.
True.
So I mean, he may very well nominate, the woman that brings him donuts whose hair smells amazing.
He might nominate Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams.
It's funny. The one black person on the court right now.
Yeah, is the Republican.
Yeah, he's a Republican. However, Joe Biden, when he was trying to get, confirmed, Joe Biden was the guy who publicly ripped him apart.
Yep.
And voted against him.
Yep.
I'm sure his good friend Robert Byrd had nothing to do with that.
Robert Byrd, I'm sure. Yeah. Nobody talks about that.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Well, because all of those Democrats switched over to the Republican Party, Breda. Don't you know that?
Oh. Do they know that?
All the Southern Democrats, yes. All the Southern Democrats have turned Republican except all the ones that didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
There's that never happened. I mean, ridiculous. Hey, let's do show and tell. I got a long extended show and tell.
I have nothing.
I have a double feature extended show and tell.
As long as it's not horse porn.
It's not horse porn. I guess.
All right. Alan?
Okay.
You have the
We're waiting.
There's Jay.
That's me.
Okay. So remember a few shows ago when I mentioned this?
Decimus.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a problem with this. About 2 weeks after I got it.
Oh, fail.
Oh no.
Yeah. I know.
Don't worry, Alan. It happens to every guy.
They have a pill for that, Alan.
So the spring inside that makes it assisted open.
Oh no.
Broke. And I thought, you know what? It's a Kershaw. They're guaranteed for life. And I just went on their website. And they have a little form you can fill out and request the part that broke or whatever. And I was like, yeah, this is fine. So I clicked the little check box and put the model number and all that kind of stuff. And about a week later, I got an email from Kershaw saying that they didn't have that part available, but that if I returned the knife along with $7.95 shipping and handling, they'd send me a new one. Mm. And I thought, wait a minute. I only paid $19. And it was, it's clearly marked made in China. And it broke after 2 weeks. And they want me to spend, because I have to send it in a form. I have to ship it. So I have to pay for that. And it can't be just regular mail. It has to be with a tracking number. So there's that. So I'm going to spend almost as much as I spent on this knife in the first place
to get a new one,
to send me another one that's probably just as bad as this one.
Right.
So I just wrote back to the guy. I said, forget it. I don't care.
Your knives suck.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
Kershaw's
Note to
on my
self.
shit
Don't buy
list
Kershaw.
Yeah, that's it. You just made the list.
Yep. You made the list.
Buy Kershaw.
So there you go. For what it's worth. You know what's funny is this is the only knife I've had that broke from me not abusing it. And I'm perfectly okay with breaking knives because I abuse them, because I expect that. It's my fault. But this after about the 100th flip open, the torsion bar snapped in two.
Jeez.
And I was just like, ugh.
And the replacement's on a container ship off the coast of California.
Who knows?
Or one of those trains, maybe.
Yeah, one of the packages on the side of the.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I used to think Kershaws were pretty nice. Now I have a really bad opinion, and for whatever it's worth, good customer service, Kershaw. It's really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
My other show and tell.
Oh,
You
there's
may have
two.
seen a video of Jay shooting this gun.
Not that exact gun.
Not this exact one, but
Aha.
a similar model. This is the
I would hate to
brand
think
new and sold out almost everywhere. Smith & Wesson CSX.
CSX.
And
Just
that
like the railway.
stands for Chiefs Special
Xbox.
X.
X.
Extra special. It's like it's aluminum frame on the bottom. The receiver's aluminum, the slide is steel.
Okay.
It is basically a little 9mm 1911.
Without
It
the grip
has
safety.
without the grip safety. It has the external hammer. It has the safety. It has the
Slide stop.
slide stop, but it's fully ambidextrous.
Yep.
With, unlike the traditional 1911, the Smith & Wesson external extractor, which if John Browning had thought of an external extractor, I'm sure he would have included one. Didn't he put one on the high power? Didn't the high power have it? So
I don't know if he put that or if that was I don't know how to pronounce his name. Suave.
yeah, but somebody
Wave.
did
Yeah,
eventually.
I'm not sure which of the designers.
I'm
lent
sure
that
it
piece.
would have happened eventually. So that's I know
We're gun nerding Breda out.
there's a
fine.
lot of people, there's a lot of hardcore 1911 fans out there that hate the external extractor. I happen to like it because the internals break like crazy. So anyway, it comes with a 10-round magazine and a 12-round magazine, which are unavailable in the aftermarket, but
yes. They
anyway,
will be. They will be though. Just give it a little time.
It is an awesome little
it?
piece. I carry it. I got a little Kydex holster to carry it in. It's smaller and lighter than so the reason I got this was because I've been carrying a M&P subcompact for a decade now, and it is getting pretty grody. And it's
so that's a first gen subcompact.
Yes.
Okay.
The only I put the Apex trigger on it to make it actually work right,
shootable,
like you have to do on all M&Ps. And I figured it's time after 10 years. It's time to almost virtually daily carry. It's time. And I saw the ads and a couple of reviews for this thing right when it came out, and I was like, man, that looks pretty nice. It's it's a little kind of like Jay mentioned earlier when we were talking about it, that it's about the same size as the Shield.
It's exactly the same size.
Only it has the external hammer. It's got the
single action
trigger, which is about
nicer.
7 pounds, crisp, very nice. And I'm sure after a few hundred rounds of firing, that 7 will go down to 5 or 6 or something like that.
And it has the same, with the extended magazine, it's got the same capacity as that subcompact.
Right.
And it's a lot smaller.
12 rounds, and it's a lot smaller and crammed into your waistband. Man, you can tell a difference. So anyway.
Alan got himself a new gun.
Sweet little gun.
Very nice.
It's nice. Fits in your hand nice. Point's nice. It literally feels, I said, man, it feels like a little 1911.
Because it is a little 1911.
It is a little 1911, yeah. It's like, honey, I shrunk the 1911.
Yeah, it's like I put it in the dryer and, oh, crap, I put it on high. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, damn, I shrunk my gun.
God damn it.
Anyway, that's my show and tell.
Very nice, Alan. I heartily approve. I just finished writing one up for an upcoming video. So that's how I knew it was exactly the same size as
you did the research.
I had the little spec sheet side by side, and it's
nice.
Literally same barrel length, same slide length, same height. The width, the width is 0.02 different because of the ambidextrous thumb safety. Right. That's other than that.
I kind of like it. It was really snappy and crisp.
I was amazed at how well it shot. I mean, I'm doing a little indoor plate rack, and I'm actually hitting everything, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I saw the video.
So
I actually put the video on our MeWe group.
So, like, if this idiot can hit stuff with it, it's got to be good. So,
There you go.
so
Anyway.
you no show and tell for Breda.
I haven't got nothing.
Okay,
Oh,
I have to
man.
go. I have to show one of my Christmas presents
All right.
from my daughter. She gets me.
Oh,
What is it?
Mr. Plow.
This is Mr. Plow, Homer Simpson as Mr. Plow from The Simpsons in Funko
aw.
Pop, the Funko Pop universe.
I like
It's
Funko Pop.
one of my favorite episodes. Just, it's old school Simpsons. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it was Conan O'Brien was still writing for them. This is, season
Wow.
4, I think. So this was like the early 90s. Even this is the show that this is based on is older than some of my coworkers,
Yeah.
which is a little humbling. But Mr. Plow, the monorail, some of my absolutely favorite episodes, and she stumbled across the little Funko Pop. So I have my
Nice.
very own little Mr. Plow, Homer
Mr.
Simpson.
Plow.
As
Speaking of Funko,
Yes.
they announced just this week that they are moving
To
out of
Texas.
Washington.
To Texas.
No,
Really?
not to Texas.
Not to Texas.
They are moving. They have a warehouse in near Phoenix, Arizona, but they're vacating. They're moving completely out. They had an operation in Washington. I think they started up there, but they're moving out of Washington and consolidating everything into their Arizona site.
Everett, Washington.
Yep.
Why is that?
Yep.
I would imagine things like Chaz probably helped their decision.
Yeah, they didn't say specifically why they were moving, but just that it made sense to move.
Okay.
They're
Got it.
probably an easily looted building. That'd be my guess.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
So
Get out of
speaking
cities, everybody.
So there's good decisions like that one, and there's also bad decisions like, I don't know, a certain octogenarian rocker who decided he was going to force Spotify.
I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, God. I mean, first of all, we're talking, of course, about Neil Young,
Right.
who was so upset about Joe Rogan's COVID misinformation. He told Spotify, it's either him or me. And Spotify went, Joe Rogan
Bye-bye.
made us more money in a week than you made us in a year.
Right.
Bye. We
See
will
ya.
gladly honor your request to pull all your music. Yoink.
Well, so here's
Neil
the
Young
thing.
who?
Yeah. Who?
Here's the thing. The company that bought 50%, a certain percentage of Neil Young's record, his catalog,
Yeah.
is has some relationship to a Pfizer executive.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, my
Wow,
God.
there's a shock.
So now Neil Young comes out
What the fuck?
complaining about COVID misinformation.
Yep. Imagine that.
And what's really funny is Spotify went, Neil Young. Huh.
Yeah, but they're pulling
Yeah.
Joe Rogan under the table very quietly. They're pulling Joe Rogan down. Look it up.
Are they? I haven't noticed. I haven't seen them pulled in. What are
Are
they
you-
doing?
Are you watching the entire Joe Rogan catalog on Spotify, Alan?
I have been.
Okay. Well, they have
What
been
are they
removing
not
Joe
doing?
Rogan.
I just watched a 4-hour
Quietly.
interview with him and what's his name?
I just the whole misinformation thing. Just, I mean, it's a private business, so let's get that out of the way. Spotify is a private business. They
absolutely.
can list or not list anybody they want. It's just that first of all, the word misinformation gets thrown around an awful lot
Yeah.
without regard to whether or not it's true or not.
misinformation means the definition of misinformation today is anything I don't agree with.
Right. Anything I don't like.
Right.
And, as we're finding out, a lot of stuff that, was once labeled as misinformation, we're coming to find out, no, it's absolutely 100% true. Like, let's say, when we were saying you need to report deaths from COVID separate from deaths with COVID. And oh my God, you are fucking Joseph Mengele mixed with Hitler with a little bit of Mussolini thrown in for even suggesting that. Oh my God, how dare you, Nazi? How can you say that, you horrible, horrible person? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, the COVID numbers really make Joe Biden look bad. We should actually start separating these, because it's not fair to say the 98-year-old dementia patient with cancer that passed away is a COVID death because they popped positive, because Andrew Cuomo put a COVID patient in the room with them. That's really not fair to call it a COVID death. So we have to adjust all those numbers, starting in January 2021, of course.
Right. How do they, how do they go back? It's not like you can
rewrite history. Oh, absolutely. They can rewrite history, Breda. Look
well,
at the statues
yeah,
they
they
pulled
could
down.
rewrite history, but it's just like, how do you, it's the cat is already out of the bag kind of thing. Like,
in 10 years, when people look back and they've rewritten everything, it's all those people died under Donald Trump, and then so many fewer died under heroic Joe Biden saved America.
Heroic Joe Biden.
He's responsible for the boom right now. Like that segue, I managed to get that one in. That's my very favorite. Trending on Twitter right now is Biden boom, because the Q4 numbers for 2021 are better than the Q4 numbers for 2020. So we're in economic boom thanks to Joe. Yeah. Gee, the economy was in the shitter after.
Was anything happening in 2020?
So by very it's not misinformation. It's true, yes, but it's out of context. You fucking nitwits.
Now go compare it to 2019.
What's that? Yeah, bingo.
Yeah.
Now do 2019 and see how that looks.
Yeah.
Oh, the economy's humming along. Unemployment's at a record low level. Oh, but yet I can't find basic shit at the grocery store. And gas is up, 50, 60%.
Have you noticed shortages at your grocery store, Jay?
Oh yeah. There's big empty holes. Bare shelves Biden, which they go into apoplexies of rage when you mention that. Supply chain. The supply chain he was supposed to have fixed a year ago.
Yeah, wow. He was supposed to shut down the virus.
It's
not going to shut down the country. We're going to shut down the virus.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing. Inflation's a good thing, and bare shelves are a good thing.
Yeah.
Again, we've always been at war with East Asia. It's whatever they say it is.
That's how it works, man.
And that's why Breyer's stepping down now rather than waiting for the midterms. And that's why Democratic congressmen are resigning
like crazy.
Because I'm sure they know that, there's going to be a blue wave in November and we're going to strengthen the Democratic majority. That's why they're resigning and retiring.
We were at like 26 now. What are we up to now? What's the latest on the resignations? Anybody know?
I have not been.
I don't know, but there's been since. Oh, there goes Jay. It's been an hour. We were at 26 like a couple of months ago, and now I think there's been a few more that announced they're retiring. So
right on the dot. 1 hour.
He's back.
Yep.
Poof.
It's weird. You don't have a thing set on your phone.
I don't have a thing set.
Breda's doesn't drop after an hour. She's using an eye thing too. So I don't know what your problem is.
It's me, apparently.
You're cut off.
That's it. I get shut off.
Yeah,
Biden boom. We're just going to ignore everything. Our good friend and frequent contributor MDev pointed out in his neck of the woods on the West Coast, a 2019 Chevy Tahoe, a used vehicle, was selling for $85,000.
What?
That's more than a Corvette.
What?
Used. Now it's only 3 years old, but it's still used.
I could
And
I could sell the F-150 I bought last summer for more than I paid for it today.
but the economy's humming along great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Average
I mean,
price
I
of
could
a
sell it.
used-
I could sell it for a lot more than I paid for it today.
Somebody just
Crazy.
posted like the average price of a new car is like 46 grand.
Yep.
The average price of a used car is like 30.
Well, not only that, but the used car prices have gone up more than new car prices.
Right.
And a lot of the reason for that is because most dealers will honor the MSRP.
Mhm.
You get some that try to get it, sell you for more because they can, but
Yeah.
most dealers still honor the MSRP, which hasn't really caught up yet. But in the used car market, whatever you can get.
Yep.
Is
Yep.
there is no MSRP for used.
I got a notice with my personal property tax on my car that because of the used car market that it's gone up because your car is
No
worth
shit.
more this year than it was last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Wow.
My car appreciated.
Wow.
If I keep my Toyota
For the first
another
time in
couple of-
history.
Yeah, it's an investment now.
yeah, it's
Oh,
now an
crap.
investment. I'm going to keep it about 5 years and then I'm going to retire on the proceeds.
You might be able to the way things are going.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
this is
nuts.
this is no shit because I mean we're having the very large international company that I work for is having serious problems with chips like everybody is.
Yep.
And
Lay's or Pringles.
we can't
Porn.
we're having trouble building our stuff to sell, but we're also having trouble getting parts and getting equipment that we need to build, offices and factories and, stuff like that. And it's at the point now where just common, I mean, not special, but just common everyday network, things like network switches and routers and things like that, 6 to 8 months delivery delay from the day you order it, 6 to 8 months. And that's as of today. And, I'm thinking, I said, we were talking about it on a Zoom call the other day. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's today. What happens if China rattles their sabers at Taiwan?
Right.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
You goodbye on anything new that uses a chip.
Right.
You're not getting it.
Oh, we'll just spool up and make them here.
Yeah, in 5 years or so. How long does it take to build a semiconductor fab?
Yeah.
And source the rare earth metals where? From China?
Yeah.
Because although we have lots of them in the U.S., guess what? We don't mine in the U.S.
Yep.
Rare earths. Why? Because the EPA. So.
Oh, what's that going to do for the, I don't know, electric car market?
You ain't getting them.
Sorry, California.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. California, you might want to invest in horses.
Yeah.
It may come
not for the previously mentioned reason, but
it may come to that because the Taiwan Semiconductor makes a significant between Taiwan Semiconductor and China. Where do you think all these chips are made?
Yeah.
They're not made in the U.S.
Get ready to watch tube TVs again, kids.
I'll tell you how bad it is. Intel has broken ground and is frantically, as fast as they can, building a new chip fab in the U.S.
See, Joe Biden's bringing businesses back to America.
Because
Biden.
Because Intel, the business that makes chips, knows that they can't rely on those foreign chip fabs anymore.
Yeah, it was
They
a
should
great
never
idea.
have relied on it.
Yeah.
No, of course not. They shouldn't have, but they did.
But you
because
save
it was
money.
cheaper.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
there you are.
Yeah. but yeah, I'm just saying, you think used cars are expensive now? Just wait.
Yeah. We're going to be fucking Cuba.
Wait. Yeah, we are. It's going to be like that.
It's good. You're going to see like okay. My dad just got a new car. They traded in. They had an older Dodge Durango. They traded in on a new one. They ordered it in October.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2021. It's never been titled. This is the soonest he could get it, and that's pretty quick. My boss has one of the Ford Broncos on order. He's had it on order about the same amount of time. No idea when that's going to be in.
He ordered a 2021. He's getting a 22 if he's lucky. He might get a 23.
He's going to get, well, here's the thing. We're going to wind up with, like during World War II, we're going to have a year where there were no new cars.
Right.
And it's probably going to be 2023 where they're finally going to be like, look, we're selling 2021s here because we're finally catching up.
Jesus.
We're just not going to have any.
What about all those cars that are sitting in lots? Thousands and thousands of cars sitting in lots
with no chips.
With no chips.
Yeah.
You think some enterprising sumbitch would be like, fuck it, it's time for the 1970 Chevelle SS. That's
well,
it.
that's that makes
Push-rod V8.
That's a you mentioned we're going to be Cuba, but guess what? Those old cars you can actually repair and make run.
Yep.
The new ones you can't.
Well,
my computer went out. Park it and grow flowers in the bed or something because you ain't driving it. Hitch up a horse to it and use it as a buggy.
Put an electric motor in it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. It may come to that.
I'm just glad I have bicycles.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've broken all of them, but I have them.
You can Frankenstein them back together.
Just pick one out of all of them.
I think that's enough ranting for one night.
Well, you had it all bottled up for 2 weeks.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. We have extra ranty this week.
I have to go prepare for my last day at work.
That's right. Yay! Congratulations.
If you decide to take a giant shit on the library director's desk, get video. Just saying.
No, I think I'm just gonna
speak nothing but Klingon all shift. Patach! I should kill you where you stand.
Or when you hand somebody a book, say, "Oh, this was so much better than the original Klingon."
Well, it's been 2 weeks since she's spoken to me since our altercation. So one more day. What's that?
Like I said, a lot of fiber, Metamucil.
Just send the check. I don't need to have a conversation.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. Night, y'all.
Good night. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.